Instead of the usual recap, the setting starts with an overhead view of all of the characters around a campfire. As the view closes in on each character, Faye, who appears to be busy waxing her bowstring, Nathray,
We're gonna say something
who's
else.
That's what they call it now.
Yeah.
Nathray, who's shining his armor, Shen, who is like staring, like still intrigued at his folding boat, Zero, who's still wondering what happened to his hair, Darganath, who's sharpening his blades, and finally, on to Omi, who's playing with his spoons. And Omi looks up, says, "Guys, I think there's something I need to tell you. I need to tell you a story. Actually, I need to tell you two stories." You remember when we were back in Oralunga? I learned a few things back there, and I think you need to know what I learned back there. Shen, Darganath, you remember Brunhilde from back at the Laughing Goblin and Flan? You remember that one night where I was having that singing and drinking contest with Banderas, and I ended up in bed with Brunhilde? I have no idea how that happened, by the way. Well, the Oracle at Oralunga, she told me I have a son. I don't know if I quite believe her or not, but I have a feeling that it's true. At least I can't imagine why she would lie about such a thing.
When's the baby shower?
Any idea where this son is at?
I have no idea. The Oracle didn't give me any details, except that apparently Brunhilde had my child. Certainly not my first pick by any means, but I don't know how I feel about this. But
I think you
anyway.
have to plan. I think you have to plan the baby shower.
Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And the second story is a little bit more serious, guys. I've been kind of thinking about how to tell this story to you. I think, Shen, you're the only one who knows about Mr. Spoony. You remember when I was throwing that kegger back in my apartment, and I cast that Find Familiar scroll? Do you remember that, Shen?
Yes.
Darganath, you were there too, weren't you?
Yeah. I don't remember much, though.
Well, something didn't go quite right. Mr. Spoony was not quite your normal familiar, if you didn't guess that already. And well, you remember the adventure we had over in Cabell's Hill when we were at that ranger's cabin where Mr. Spoony disappeared?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this. I'll just excuse me. I'll just say it. I
Smoke
think
him if you got him.
He's getting choked up over here, guys. Must be serious.
I think Markesh took Mr. Spoony that night.
Markesh wasn't a big fan of Mr. Spoony.
No, he wasn't. But Shen, my other friends, it gets worse from there.
Well, what if Markesh is your son from the future?
That's a scary thought.
Oh my god! Brunhilde's a half orc.
When I was at the Oracle at Oralunga, she told me that Mr. Spoony is the soulmonger. Now, I don't know how that could be or why that could be, but she also told me that it was Markesh or at least she described the half-orc known as Markesh anyway. Say traveling to land of Chult with Mr. Spoony and using Mr. Spoony somehow, I don't know how, to cause this death curse upon the lands.
Way to go, Omi.
So there you guys have it. That's everything the Oracle told me. Just wanted to come clean on that and let you know what was going on. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't
So
know if
what you're
everything's
saying-
true.
What you're saying is all our problems are because you can't keep your utensils in your pants.
Well, if this is true, then this is a causality paradox.
Oh, what?
A causality paradox.
What?
I think if we're going with the theory that Markesh is actually Omi's son.
Explain a
this
little
is-
bit more about that causality there, Vay.
It's an elf thing.
But I think Markesh has gone bad on us, Shen Darganath. I don't know what happened, but if everything the Oracle said is true, this is serious.
Yeah, Markesh would be a formidable foe should we have to face him in battle.
I can only hope that Mr. Spoony is an involuntary participant in this.
All things
Really?
considered, you may want to give up the spoons and switch to forks.
Well, Fork the World doesn't have quite as good of a ring to it.
I don't know.
Actually,
um,
I kind of like it.
Too good.
You might be able to get like a cymbally sound out of playing the forks because of the different tines.
Maybe I'll try it sometime, Shen. Worth a shot. Anyway, next time we go to Port Nyanzaru, I think I need to stop by the Temple of Soon for a while and discuss this with the High Priest there and try to get some advice and maybe possibly some more information about this.
Sounds like a reasonable next stop then.
Man, that's got you all
Yeah, you
shaken
got to
up.
make it legal, homie.
You got to make an honest half orc out of her.
Got to get
Well-
the papers.
or we could. I mean, we could just take care of the baby now before it grows up and becomes Markesh. I'm fully convinced Markesh is your son.
I just shiver.
Or
Well-
we can find Brunhilde and take her out on the folding boat, and I can marry you guys as the captain of the ship.
Maritime style.
Okay, Shen, we'll save that as a last resort, okay? But enough talk of this
I
and
need to
such
get that
things.
encounter set up, Shen, for the boat and everything.
Who wants some of these spoon-shaped cookies?
No thanks.
No, right. Okay, so we're gonna pick back up at Camp Vengeance, and Zero, you were kind of out of it last time. You were sick in the folding bolt, I think is what we were saying.
I was probably scared of heights. I didn't figure out, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going up there.
Yeah.
Maybe caught a cold from Cat Vengeance, and had to stay behind.
Mourning the loss of his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you guys got back to Camp Vengeance, and you came too. Now, remember I told you that the entire camp has basically been cured of that illness, that funk that they had. And you remember the priest that you guys traveled with. Anybody remember her name for an extra inspiration tonight? Anyone? Undril Silvertusk. No one gets inspiration. Way to go. Anybody
Get my
remember the
notepad
name of the
open quick.
commander?
Control Alt Delete.
Commander Breakbone. He's the one that's in charge of Camp Vengeance here. Wow.
Yep.
Man, you guys missed two different opportunities for inspiration. I was looking for the word opportunity. So you guys have got back. Commander Breakbone has met you. So has Silver Tusk. There's no more cots stretched out all over the place with 6 soldiers. They were able to, as I showed you guys last time, they uncovered all that northern part of the island of Chult for you. And you guys killed a bunch of goblins. Well, you didn't kill a bunch of goblins. You negotiated your way. Paid a bunch of... You guys made those goblins super rich, too. You guys gave them all your copper. And who's going to give who's going to give 010 the item that you guys got?
I feel like that should be maybe Vey or, not her.
Nothra has it.
I thought Nothray had it, so...
I perk up. What are you talking about, guys?
No, I don't think I have it. I've got
You
something,
find a spoon?
but
What?
I don't think it's
Spoon.
the thing that we're giving him.
Oh, you forgot it at the Goblin Camp then. Oh, that sucks, 010.
Oh, come on, guys. Okay.
Do I really have it? I don't have notes that I have it.
Let me hold out my hand for you. Here, take my hand for a minute.
So one of the adventurers puts a big Mr. T starter kit medallion in your hands. And you recognize it, 010, as one of the drawings inside of the leather-bound book that, remember Wakanga Atamu back in Port Nyanzaru? He gave you
yes.
about this big metal traveling companion for the wizard named Vorn. Well, anyway, as the amulet is put into your hands, you recognize it as that control amulet. And on the outside of the camp, that's another thing. As you're walking into the camp, you saw this massive iron construct that was basically parked outside. And this thing looks like this. This is what the Shield Guardian looks like. That's what Zorn looks like right there, buddy.
Oh my God, Voltron! Oh, awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So
He's on platform boots.
yeah, that's Vorn, and he's got like all kinds of like beads and other. It looks like tribute because the way that the Commander Breakman explains it to you is his scouting party found this, and he thinks that it was some type of metal god that was being worshipped by all the different goblins, the Batiri goblins of the forest to the north. So, and then, of course, remember the goblin back at Yellowyark, she told you that, they were worshipping that god too. So, there you go. And he's adorned with all kinds of like trinkets and stuff just because they haven't been cleaned off. But I'm sure the first time you fire that bad boy up, I'm sure all that stuff will fall off. So, but there you go. There's an image of good old Vorn. And I'll tell you what, as you kind of reread the book, as you go into like crisis mode, because you have this thing now, Vorn is pretty powerful. He's got a pretty good armor class, natural metal armor. So speaking out of character, I'm going to share the sheet with you. I'm going to... did it pop up for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what he is. He's a construct. 17 armor class, natural armor, 142 hit points. He's got pretty good stats.
Wow.
He's immune to poison. He's immune to charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned. Let's see. He can understand commands given in any language, but can't speak. But I may change it. I may make him make some noises. I don't know. So he's bound to you because you have the control amulet. And as long as Vorn and the amulet are on the same plane of existence, that's a pretty big range of, controlling. The amulet's wearer can telepathically call Vorn to travel to it, and Vorn knows the distance and direction to the amulet. If Vorn is within 60 feet of the amulet's wearer, half of any damage the wearer takes, rounded up, is transferred to Vorn.
Oh,
So,
shoot.
as long 60 feet, that's massive, man.
And how tall is this?
He's a large, so he's probably 10 feet, 12 feet, up to like 15 feet. And then you get Vorn gets to regenerate. He regains 10 hit points at the start of every turn. Man.
Man.
He can spell store right up your alley.
Oh.
So a spellcaster who wants who wears the Vorn's amulet can cause Vorn to store one spell of 4th level or lower. To do so, the wearer must cast the spell on Vorn. So it'll store a fireball if you want, or whatever, anything 4th level or lower. The spell has no effect, but it is stored within Vorn, and when commanded to do so, the wearer, or when a situation arises that was predefined by the spellcaster, Vorn casts a stored spell with any parameter set by the original caster, requiring no components. When the spell is cast or a new spell is stored, any previous stored spell is lost. He gets multi-attack. He gets 2 fist attacks, which are bludgeoning damage plus 7 to hit, 5 feet reach, and 2d6 plus 4 damage. And there's a reaction. Shield. When a creature makes an attack against the wearer of the Guardian's amulet, the Guardian grants a +2 bonus to the wearer's AC if the Guardian is within 5 feet of the wearer.
Wow.
We can let this guy power level us.
Yeah.
Everybody just go AFK in the corner of the
I
cave.
think we were supposed to return them, but I don't know if I want to return them.
No. We need to take him to a deep dungeon somewhere and just grind out XP.
That's it. Just everybody auto-follow him around the cavern or
Yes.
wherever, like in Dark Age of Camelot, and just get power leveled. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
Thanks,
insane,
guys.
huh?
I see the talks went well.
You're welcome.
What'd you give them? I'm a little bit scared to ask.
Oh, yeah, you got to take all your copper off your sheet. I'm sure you probably won't mind that.
Oh.
Just
All my
2,500 of it.
copper?
No, just 2,500. I talked them down.
All kinds of places in EverQuest you could get power leveled to. Oh, my goodness, like Crushbone. Remember Crushbone in the Fade Forest, whatever it was? Oh, that place is good.
I had 8,300 copper.
Yeah, that's worth Vorn, isn't it? But remember, if you bring it back to Wakanga at Port Nyanzaru, remember he told you he would give you a multitude of high-level spells, right?
Yeah, I know, but I like the shield and I like the spell storing, regeneration.
Yeah. And on the same plane of existence, he will follow you anywhere. All you got to do is call him. Say, here, boy. So if you're...
My bodyguard. Chris
Yeah.
Makepeace.
Can you imagine that thing just running across the road? What people would think of that thing just running to you? Or flying, whatever. I think flying would be pretty cool, too. All right, so you got Vorn now.
So basically, you have an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, can you ride him? That would be cool.
An Iron Giant.
I can ride his shoulders. He's tall enough. Shoot.
Yeah, but you'd hit your head on everything, probably. I would imagine.
Watch that branch.
Or watch that ceiling, poof, watch that door frame, poof. And sometimes he may not be able to go where you guys go. Sometimes, you got to think about that too. Maybe Vorn will get stolen, and then you'll have to go and find him. I don't know. So what do you guys think, adventurers? You guys
Put a
got
lock on 'em.
what 10 days or so? Put an alarm, a Viper alarm. Beep beep. Got that.
I need to meet up with whoever stole it.
You guys were talking about going to Port Nyanzaru, weren't you? I think before you were going to meet Artist Simber and Dragonbait down at Omu. Well, you guys know that Omu is down here in this area where I have the marker down to the south.
I think we want to level up before we start on the larger quests.
I think we wanted to finish exploring the map too, and hunt pirates. There's so much we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And meet Santa.
Mostly just hunt pirates.
So did you guys want to head to Port Nyanzaru next and see if we can find some information about the pirates?
I'm good with that.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yep.
Sure,
Maybe
let's
take
do it.
care of some personal business and spend some of this gold.
Oh, gold. Yes, spend.
Yeah, maybe take a trip around in the water looking for the pirates. I think you guys were saying you wanted to check the bays and stuff like that.
Yep.
Isn't that what you were saying, Shen and Chief, last time we played?
Yep.
All right, so you guys have 12 days. Let's get you guys to Port Nyanzaru. What is it? Traveling on river, 4 hexes a day, 2, 3, 4, or you can try to force march it, or try to travel a little bit quicker. Of course, everybody will have to do Constitution saving throws, and if you fail, you take a level of exhaustion. We did that last time as well. So you guys are what? Let's see. If you travel normally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll say that you're 4 days away from Port Nyanzaru. So to go to Port Nyanzaru and back is 8 days. And then you got 4 days left to meet Artist Simber and Dragonbait. But do you really want to meet him? It's up to you. You can leave him hanging if you want. You don't have to meet them. Well, like I said,
I think
it's
we
totally
talked
up to you
about
if you
sending
guys
some
want.
scouts out to find them and tell them that we're going to be delayed and not have them hang out wherever they find them at.
Yeah, what were they? They're not goblins from Wormheart Mine. The friends we made there, the kobolds.
Because remember, they were your 2 new companions, Artist Simber and Dragonbait. They were going to travel to Mesro, which is on the east coast. Because remember, Artist Simber was trying to see if Mesro had magically appeared, because Mesro disappeared during the spell plague, during the wars and stuff a long time ago, and he wanted to see if his wife was back. His wife that he had married some 100 years prior. Which Artist Simber looks really good for being over 100 years old, by the way. And he had that
works
beautiful
out.
ring on. He works
If you-
out.
If you say so.
So what say you, adventurers?
We could let them go and do whatever attacking they're going to do on their own. There might be a sword become available if we follow that plan.
Well, if you guys want to double march it, I can give you the Courage of the Spoon, so which will make it a little bit easier. And the meta on that is you'd basically get an advantage on a saving throw.
I think we should just take the folding boat up the river. If we wanted to force march it, we could let Vorn tow us.
That's an idea.
Yeah. I will tow you. As his eyes light up this bright charcoal red. Oh, too good. I will tow you. Even though he can't. He's definitely going to speak. I don't like the whole. He can understand, but he can't speak. Oh, yeah. Vorn's going to speak. I will explode you. Sorry. Oh, God.
He's got to be like Groot. I am Vorn.
So you can get there in 2 days if you force march it. You'll have to do a couple, go old school style, daily rolls and stuff.
What do you think, Captain?
I think we take a leisurely stroll. I don't think we should force march it. While I would like to have the 2 companions with us, I don't. They're going to want to go and attack immediately, and I don't think we're ready to descend upon Omu yet.
All right, sounds good.
I will terminate them.
Let's head upriver then to the port.
All right, let's break out our little spaceship we got. Let's do some encounter rolls. The encounter rolling person, go ahead and break out the. I guess break out the let's see the river.
Yep, I've got it. I'll roll.
All right, go ahead and give us a roll there, Captain. Old Seaman Shen. Nice roll. No encounter. 1 day goes by. Rations go out. Unless you want to do some type of forage roll or something, Vay, for fishing or.
It's up to them. We do have plenty of rations.
Yeah, you do.
Here we go. I think I vote we burn through the rations so we don't have to pack them around now that we have several means of getting food.
That would probably be a good idea, yeah. All right, so let's do another roll there. And we'll take a.
We need the extra space in the bag of holding for more copper.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to run into more goblins, all right? All right. No encounter. Day number 3. Of course, you pass by Camp Righteousness as well. Nice rolls in those encounters. And I'll take off more rations, and now you can go ahead and do your last random encounter roll. Nice job. You make it back to Port Nyanzaru. You make it back in 4
I'm a
days.
safety sailor.
Safety first. With OSHA, you follow OSHA standards. So you make it back to Port Nyanzaru. Good job. Very good job.
Did your boat always have these no-slip pads on it, Shen?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Port Nyanzaru. Let me give you guys the map again. Remember this map? Pretty big map. You guys are back at the harbor. So what say you, adventurers, as you pull into the tropical city of Port Nyanzaru? Very hot out today as well. The sun is just blazing. You pull into the harbor. There's all kinds of creaking ropes from the other ships. Not so pleasant shouts that you hear. And there's all kinds of street merchants and stuff on the docks trying to sell their wares and all that other good stuff. Some music being played you can hear. All kinds of delightful smells of food, spices, tropical fruits, fish being cooked, all kinds of stuff. like I said, Port Nyanzaru is a unique city. There's all kinds of, there's just an explosion of colors, bright shades of blues and greens and oranges, salmon pinks, buildings that have all kinds of murals portraying giant reptiles like dinosaurs and other heroes with hammers and swords. So what say you, adventurers?
Hey, so Darganath and Shen, you think you could get some information about from some of these guys around the harbor here, where we might find these pirates?
Yeah, I can ask around.
How big is that folding boat again? I imagine you probably have the biggest version of it out right now.
Yeah, I'd have to get the big version out to haul Vorn.
Thank you, Seaman Shen. Water and metal don't go together. Oh my
The
gosh.
24 feet long, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep version.
Yeah, so you got a couple of the deckhands on the dock say they offer their services, of course, for a couple of coins to help unload your ship. But of course, they're just trying to make a living as well. So,
I'll flip them a couple coins, tell them I don't need them to help unload because it's just us, really. And ask them what they know about any activities going on around various harbors and bays on Cholt.
Well, there's a lot of piracy that's going on, but
and he kind of laughs.
he's got. It looks like you're gonna need a bigger ship if you're gonna try to trail down those pirates. Yeah, bigger ship.
Where is the most active area for the pirates? What seems to be their base of operation?
Oh, sometimes they even hit right here in the bay. And of course, there's all kinds of rumors that maybe there's some hideouts somewhere else along the shores of Cholt. Myself, I don't want to get hung, so I'm not. I've never been on a pirate ship before because they will hang us.
No reason to be afraid of hanging.
Yeah, no reason at all.
Yeah. Well, you're a real strong guy.
As long as they don't hang you by the neck, you'll be all right.
Oh my gosh.
What do you? Never mind.
Where else are they going to hang you from? I mean,
They could crucify you, hang you from your arms, hang you from your feet upside down. They could kill haul you.
oh, Keelhaul, yeah, that was nasty, man. I watched Black Sails. Man, that was crazy when they did Blackbeard like that. Oh, spoilers! Spoilers! Do it, Vay. Whoa, spoilers!
Oh, spoilers!
Whoa!
Sorry, I thought I'd do it for you.
Thanks, Vay.
I believe I would rather be hung than kill hauled.
I would probably rather be hung too, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here's a lighthouse. They've got a lighthouse here. They've got a giant chain from the fort, where the fort will kind of loosen the chain. The chain will fall into the water, and that's how you came into the harbor. On the west side of the harbor, there's a dry dock area where, and of course, you being a seaman, Shen, you know that Port Nyanzaru is they're not known for building of ships and stuff. But there's a lot of vessels that come here, needing hull repairs and, especially with the rough seas, typhoons, damage from other pirate ships. or maybe even creatures of the sea, like maybe the krakens or other mythical creatures like dragon turtles or something. But yeah, you can see that they've got some dinosaurs kind of dragging giant stacks of wooden planks and lifting up other ships out of the water and stuff too. So you can see all of the dry dock work going on too. And it's on the western part of the around here, around this area here is where the dry dock is. Then there's the warehouse district where a bunch of ships are basically unloading their goods and their wares and all that good stuff, which is over here. This is basically the warehouse district. Lots of big wooden buildings, some made of both wood and stone. In the middle, there is a statue, which is right here. And the statue at the center of the harbor is a huge male figure. And this statue is probably 40, 50 feet tall. And it's, the dock workers, the other people on the dock, the guys that you threw the coins to, they tell you it's an ancient Cholton king. And he's in full regalia, He's got a loincloth of leopard skin. He's got a headdress of feathers on, all kinds of shells dangling from his attire. He's got all kinds of large teeth on a necklace. Yeah, he's pretty striking looking fellow for a king.
Pretty hip dude, huh?
Yeah, he's got a shield, big weapon. But yeah, they say that this statue was erected in the middle of the harbor about 5 years ago or so.
I asked them if they know the location of Harbor Master Xandar.
Yeah, that's the gentleman that you were talking to before, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, he's I believe he's over here in the where the hell was he again? Boy, there's so many locations here. You can find him. We'll say that you guys find him.
Well, I can talk to him, and I can go off and talk to him on my own, or we can all go as a party if everybody else wants to go and start doing their stuff. I was just going to talk to him about commissioning a seaworthy ship to go pirate hunting and a crew.
Yeah, I'm going to put some green. I'm going to give you guys some shareable links about all the different areas that you guys have been to already. So you'll start seeing some green shareable links start popping up as you guys start exploring. I think that's
well, they did offer to give us a ship for free if we finish these last couple remaining areas somehow getting mapped out.
Yeah, you'll remember on the message of the day where your quests are. I believe it was the Explore the Aldani Basin, wasn't it? Nope, that was not it. Help the Lord's Alliance, maybe? There you go, yeah. Remember, Help the Lord's Alliance, Lyric Dashland, a male human that you guys met. He was an agent of the Lord's Alliance. And this is actually where you were talking to the harbor master as well. And the Lord's Alliance is offering to trade a sailing ship for an accurate map of Cholt that shows all of the basically the exact locations of the ruins of Nangalar and Oralunga. And the ship was paid for by Waterhavian interest.
What were those locations again? You said because we got
We got
Orlanga.
Orlanga.
Yep, you got Orlanga. That's where you met the spirits. Anybody remember the name of the spirit for an inspiration? Wah wah. Sasha and Baza. Remember that? The spirit, the Yanti spirit from Orlanga. Anybody remember who the enemy of this spirit was and where its location is?
Was that Ras C?
Yeah, Rasni, the evil Yunti. Well, the Yunti or Yontai that's trying to bring on the apocalypse for the entire world. And Saja wants that Rasni destroyed. And Rasni is leading the Yanti in Omu, which is where you're supposed to be meeting Artisimber and Dragonbait in a mere 8 days' time.
To go. Oh wait, I was muted. Didn't we end up sending some of our kobold friends to go explain to them we might be delayed?
I don't know.
I don't know
Never
if that
heard
makes a
anything.
difference.
Kobold allies. Who are your kobold allies?
At Wormheart, right? Because we ended up making friends between them and the dwarves.
and the kobolds, yeah.
And at that point, we knew we were going to be late because we were talking about finishing exploring and hunting down pirates. So we were trying to send some of the kobolds to go tell them we're going to be delayed a bit. I think Shen brought that up earlier too. So I'm not the only one that remembers it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember you guys actually finalizing that plan. I know you guys were talking about it, but I don't remember you guys actually committing to it.
I was thinking we would hire some scouts here in Port Nyanzaru to seek them out, not thinking the kobolds were trustworthy enough messengers.
That's a good idea. You could just send some scouts down.
Yeah, I like that
A
idea too.
message.
There are plenty of scouts, both maritime and also scouts for the island. Yeah, you can definitely find some scouts. It'll cost you a couple coins, probably. It'll cost you about 10 gold to get a couple down there to warn Artisimber and Dragonbait.
I think that's a worthy investment.
Yep. You need 10 coins, Shen?
Nah, I got it.
They're 4 days. They're are they going to have enough to? Are you going to have enough time to get down there? Maybe. Let's see. Let's look at the map of Cholt, shall we? I mean, you're 4 days from. You got 4 days, and you're 4 days from Camp Vengeance. And Omu's all the way down here. So do you think those scouts are going to make it in time? Even with not even resting and traveling all the way through and force marching? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think the rate of success would be if you were trying to get a couple scouts down there to Omu? And hell, you don't even know where Omu is. You just know where the area is.
Well, we could hire them to at least make the attempt anyway.
Where were we supposed to meet them at?
Down here where the arrow is in the darkened area, somewhere there, that is where the ancient civilization of Omu is, where the Yanti are, and this Rosni. And to get back to you there, Mr. Darganoth, the ladies' favorite on the comment section, and also Shen, yeah, it seems like you two are the ladies' favorites. So, but anyways, you had to find where Nangalore was, if I'm not mistaken, right? Nangalore and Omu. I mean, Nangalore and Orlanga, right? For the boat.
Yeah, we know where Orlanga is. Mangalore is the one we don't know where it is.
Nangalore, you know where Nangalore is. It's on the map. I'm going to put the marker by it right now. That's an Angalore right there.
Hey,
So
wasn't
maybe we have our
Artis,
boat.
Yeah.
wasn't Artis and them going to Refuge Bay?
Why don't we try to trade in the knowledge we have of those locations to get a boat instead of trying to negotiate to buy one?
Yeah. I like that idea more better.
Random side note: I'm gonna whisper into my armor, looking all kinds of weird, and I'll just make it look like whatever I see the top fashion of everybody around me being.
Everybody is, and that's another thing. Not only are the houses and everything all bright and, all kinds of murals and stuff drawn and painted on them, so is everyone's clothes here. It's like everybody's wearing like, Hawaiian shorts and flip flops and Hawaiian t-shirts, and that's just
Now
the
my
way it is.
now my studded leather looks like a Hawaiian shirt, some cargo shorts, and flip flops.
Right? That was like me going through Texas on the day that it snowed here on January 13th or 15th or whatever it was. Walking into Walmart with a cutoff shirt, some Hawaiian shorts, and flip flops and socks. Everybody was looking at me like I was an idiot when it was 10 degrees and snowing outside. Oh, I said, just look at the license plate on my car. I'm from Florida. I don't own any warm clothes. I begged them to let me in. They were closing the Walmart down, so I said, "Please, I need some warm clothes. Can I please buy some real quick? I'm cold."
Yeah, so I think we
I
should.
digress, sorry.
I like Dargonoff's plan of trying to get the Help the Lord's Alliance complete and
Sure, so you
providing
can
the
get a
knowledge.
ship. Yeah, so you could possibly do that. Now, I heard Nothray. What were you talking about? Refuge Bay.
Yeah, wasn't Artis and Dragonbait, weren't they going to Refuge Bay?
They were going towards an area close to Refuge Bay called Mesro, which is actually in Kitcher's. I think it's Kitcher's Inlet, right to the north.
Okay, I was just wondering if we could send a boat there. Maybe that would be faster, like a fast boat
A fast boat to where Kitcher's Bay from
to wherever
Mesro, or
wherever they were going. I thought they were going somewhere on the coast.
yeah, I'll put the arrow over here for you, Nothray, to the right of Camp Vengeance on the east coast of Cholt. That's where the city of Mesro disappeared, and that's where his wife was. So that's why he and his traveling companion Dragonbait keep going back to Mesro every so often to make sure that, because the casters, they used all their power to teleport the city away because of the spell plague and the attacks of the spell plague. So
Okay,
they said that they were going to
Mesro.
eventually come back sometime, but they haven't
So
yet.
we could send scouts to Mesro to let them know, right? Instead of going all the way to Omo.
If they're there, because I mean you got to figure there's a lot of distance between Mesro and Omu. A lot more than 4 days travel, even with force marching. So chances, I would say, realistically speaking, they're probably gone from Mesro by now, because you guys have already been around for what, 8-10 days already, 8 or 10 days. So
Yeah. And that's even if
Alright.
they survived.
You're just hoping they don't survive.
Well,
you're just hoping
I'm-
to find
I'm-
that Holy Avenger stuck in the stone, right? And you have to pull it out like Excalibur.
Yeah, I'm hoping Nothray gets him a Holy Avenger.
Yeah, I've got my eye on that sword. That's why I want to keep an eye on these guys.
So back to the task at hand, which is trying to negotiate with the Lord's Alliance, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with providing them the information for the locations of the two places they were looking for.
Yeah, for sure. So we will go ahead and we'll take care of that now. So you find Larrick Dashland. You find him. It takes probably an hour or so. You find this agent of the Lord's Alliance, and he says, "What do you need before? I remember you from several weeks back, maybe a month or so ago. Did you actually find the locations that I was looking for? Did you
I'll
find the
kind
exact locations of Oralunga and Nangalore?
I kind of nudged Darganath and let him do the talking with his silvery tongue.
Silvery tongue.
Yeah, I'll
He
just
can spread
Speak
it
up,
on pretty
lad.
thick.
I'll just pull out the map and show it to him. Well, no, I won't show it to him. I'll be like, yeah, for sure we found him. Well, what exactly were you promising us for this information?
You are well. If you have this information, I am offering you, along with the invested Waterhavian interest, a sailing ship, and the map has to be accurate, and we need to confirm it. And while we confirm it, we will get word back to Waterdeep, and you will have, if everything is authentic, and if the map is genuine, and of course I'll have to cast a little magic beforehand, then we can have this shipped to you in about 10 days, which is still in Waterdeep.
So what do we have as insurance that we'll get what we're owed between now and when we get the ship?
He just chuckles. He says, "You're dealing with the Lord's Alliance, my friend. One of the largest organizations of all of not only the Sword Coast, but Faerun. You will get your ship. I assure you, you will get your ship."
I'll look back at Shen.
Everyone
Like,
knows who the
Did
Lord's
you
Alliance
say
is.
ship?
Yes, sir. A sailing ship.
How big is this ship?
Whatever the size of the sailing ship is.
Oh yeah, I don't know. They
It's,
can be
it's the
sized
perfect
as far as-
sailing size.
I look at Shen like, why did you want me to like? I know about ships. You want me to talk to this guy? Okay.
Well,
What else?
To do the convincing?
You know, 5e
what-
doesn't go a whole. 5e doesn't go into a lot of depth about, ships and sizes and crew capacities and stuff. So this will be all on the fly.
Will this ship require a crew?
Of course it
How
will.
much-
It's a
how
sailing
much of a-
ship. You're
How
gonna have
large
to
of
pay
a
for
crew
it.
will it require?
Enough to sail it. You seem like you're the maritime type. I don't know. I don't know what it takes. I'm not a sailor. I'm just an informant. So what would a sailing ship take, Shen? I mean, you were
would
in the
depend
Navy
on,
and stuff.
Just depends on the size.
It depends on the size.
I mean, you're not going to get a man of war, but I mean, you're going to get a sailing ship.
you have
Probably, I would say maybe like a what is a good size sailing ship? Like a schooner? No, schooner's probably pretty small, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty small.
I would say that for our crew, our supplies, and the robot, we would need a ship with at least 5 crew members.
Oh, you're going to get a ship bigger than that. You're going to need a ship for the masts and squabbing the deck and cooking your food, and in case you try to be, unless you're, if you're trying to be boarded by another pirate ship, you're going to need more protection. So
Okay, well, I went the minimum.
yeah, oh yeah,
But
no,
this-
this is a rather
So-
large sailing ship. I mean, I
I'll-
can look
It's in Waterdeep. It has to make the journey across the sea to here, so it's not a small vessel.
no, it's not going to be a small vessel for sure.
Okay, crew of 20.
Yeah, we can take that deal. That sounds good.
But we're gonna have to support our own men. Can you at least? Here's what I'd like to sweeten the deal with, if we can, because we went through a lot of trouble to get this information for you. Like, my friends had to deep throat snakes. Like, you don't even want to know what we went through to get this.
Whoa.
So
we're not going to be responsible for supplying the crew to you. No.
no. I'm not asking
You're
for
gonna
the
get
crew.
a ship. So
Not asking for the crew, but could we at least get some arms for our crew and maybe something nice and special for the one who'll be the captain? And I'll kind of pat my chest and